Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about how to fix your Honda four-wheelers if you're not getting spark to them. And the issue that I ran into, it's not what you think. Okay, so we have a 1992 Honda fourtrax 300 four-wheel drive four-wheeler. And it wasn't getting spark. And I talked to my brother, and he claimed that the coil was bad on it. The ignition coil was bad on it. And so I ran out there and I went ahead and I ordered that. And I'd heard some other stuff that it's not always the ignition coil, that there's something called a DCI box on the front of these Honda 300 four-wheelers. And I'm sure they're on all the Honda four-wheelers out there, whatever model you have. And so I went ahead and I ordered the kit off of eBay, and it was like $18 after tax. It came with a new spark plug, a new ignition coil, and a new DCI box, all for that $18. So I went ahead and I ordered them, and by the way, I haven't gotten them yet, but I did get the four-wheeler running already. So I went out there, and I pulled the spark plug and hooked it up to the spark plug wire, and I set it against the engine block, and I kicked over the kickstarter on the four-wheeler. And sure as heck, I could not see a spark arcing from that spark plug to the engine block there. So I knew it didn't have spark. And like I said, before I gone out there, I watched some YouTube videos, and there's been some stuff floating around the internet. They said on these Honda four-wheelers that this DCI box, which I'd never heard of before, it's got capacitors and everything, and it's fully sealed. And they said that sometimes those go bad, and that's that won't let your ignition coil get any spark, because this is like the brain box of your four-wheeler. And but they said that you can go ahead and you can take this DCI box and get some aluminum foil, set in your oven, and put this DCI box in your oven at 300 degrees for 10 minutes. And you don't have to preheat the oven or anything, and it will not melt it. It'll get hot though. And they said what's going on is that even though that's fully sealed, permanently sealed, over the years, it gets old and it develops some cracks in there. And when you ride through water or whatever, it gets moisture up in there, and that stops it from getting an electrical connection or whatever in there. So when you heat it up in your oven, it's supposed to evaporate all of that moisture in there out of it, and it's supposed to work. So sure as heck, I put it in the oven for 300 degrees at 10 minutes, and I threw it in there. I let it cool down a little bit, and I hooked it up, and I kicked it over, and it had awesome spark. And I was like, man, this works. But after about 10 or 20 minutes, after that box cools off, I lost spark on the engine again. So what must happen is that moisture, it can't escape. It's like in a vapor state in there when it's hot. And then once it cools down, it all turns back into water, and then you don't get a connection. So that fixed my problem on there. So I'm just waiting on that new DCI box, and I'll be back on the road again. But at least it was helping me with troubleshooting. So all right, take care, you guys. Oh, and actually, wait a minute here. I'm going to show you a picture of what this DCI box looks like, so you guys know what they look like. All right, there's the picture off of. Give you guys a little bit better lighting here. All right, yeah, you guys should be able to see the camera here. Okay, so yeah, you got your, let's see, your spark plugs down here on the bottom. This is your ignition coil, and then this rectangle box here is your DCI box, and it's got two connectors on there. So yep, hope that helps you guys and can get you guys back on the road, at least temporarily, until you guys can get a new one. So all right, take care.